conservation areas, and
I don't think people know that, though.
They don't.
Most people have no idea that most of the money that goes towards wildlife habitat, like maintaining habitat, all comes from hunters.
Like 90%.
And then on top of that, there's a tax on sporting goods that goes to that.
Yeah.
And, you know, people always say, well, hunting isn't conservation. But you know what? Here's the thing. Hunters and hunting products, whether it's bow hunting stuff or rifle stuff, they did not fight that tax. But you know who did fight that tax? All those other companies that make hiking stuff and REI and those companies, they didn't want a tax. So they've tried to impose another tax, and these people have fought it off. And the reason they fought it off is because they don't have to pay it. They don't have to pay it. It's going to fuck with their overhead. It's going to fuck with the amount of money that they have to charge for things. And so this idea that these hunters aren't real conservationists, they're using it as an excuse. The bottom line is that's where all the money's coming from. All of it for habitat protection, wetland habitat protection, all that comes from hunters. And it's a lot of money. It's like if they stopped hunting, if they made hunting illegal and they cut off that supply of revenue, there's a lot of animals that would be fucked.
Yeah, there would be.
People don't like it because it's one of those weird kind of gray area things where it just doesn't make you feel comfortable thinking that the money that has come, first of all, the only reason why there's elk in all the habitats that they're at right now is because hunters introduced them to those areas. They were decimated by the turn of the 19th century or the 20th century. So in the early 1900s, there was very few elk left in this country. So the Rocky Mountain Elk Federation spent considerable amounts of money, resource, man hours, moving animals into these areas like Kentucky. Like Kentucky has like a huge elk population now.
Elk herd,
There was nothing there just 30, 40 years ago. Nothing. Zero. So they've figured out a way to not just maintain populations so hunters can kill them, but they've also reintroduced them to areas where they didn't exist before.
Well, increased populations by 100 times in a lot of states. You know?
It's
I mean, the elk numbers have never been as high as they, have been in the last 20 years.
No, it's amazing what they've done, and it's all because of hunters. And that's I understand it for people that are animal rights lovers, but I just wish they had a more balanced perspective and they understood what all the pieces that are in place are. It's an uncomfortable thing for a lot of people to think that the people who want to hunt and kill and eat these animals are the ones that love them the most.
Yeah.
This crazy thinking, right?
Well, all the people that are super butthurt about the hunting thing aren't doing anything about it.
Yeah. Well, they talk about it on Twitter.
They're just being angry and lashing out, with their phone. But they're not doing anything to save the animals. Those people aren't on the front lines in Africa trying to save the lions or the elephants or trying to go against poachers and do something about it. All those people are just chit-chatting,
Well, there's not enough money. I mean, if they really wanted to do the kind of work that the hunters are doing, they'd have to have some stream of revenue. And the stream of revenue that is coming from hunting is all coming from tags. It's all coming from the sale of hunting gear and products. And there's just no way they can match that. There's no way. There's millions of hunters that are contributing literally $1 billion. It's probably more than $1 billion a year that goes to conservation.
Yeah,
especially
I think so.
And it's a weird. It's one of those weird things. It just doesn't. It seems like it should be cut and dry.
Well, and I think people have like a misconception about hunting in general. Like in most states, like say Colorado, the areas that I've hunted there, like on a do-it-yourself over-the-counter tag, cost me like $550, $600, and I go there with my buddy. It's in an area that has, a 7% success rate for archery, or maybe less, 6 or 7%. So out of 100 hunters, maybe 6 or 7 people get an elk. So all these people are really just paying for the experience of elk hunting. It's not like they're going in there and buying an animal or nothing like that. It's like, I'm going to Colorado. This is my trip for the year. I choose to go out and just hunt elk for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 week or however long you have time. And that's what the hunting experience is all about for me. I mean, I love the meat. That's awesome. I love the successful hunt. That's great. For sure, I love eating it. But the bottom line is, if I had to go elk hunting and don't get an elk, it's not an unsuccessful hunt. I'm so stoked. This is like the best experience ever.
Yeah, it's a very enjoyable, deeply rewarding experience just to be out there trying and attempting it. And when you are successful, it makes it that much more rewarding because you know how difficult it is. Yeah. Especially when you're doing it with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to get within, if you're really fucking good, you could shoot something within 90 yards, but for the most part, you're trying to get somewhere within 30, 40 yards.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the matter, Jamie? What is this? Oh my God. Sportsmen contribute nearly $8 million every day,
That's crazy.
adding to more than $2.9 billion every year for conservation. Hunters and target shooters have paid $7.1 billion in excise taxes since the inception of the Pittman-Robertson Act in 1937. That's incredible.
Everybody in America knows about Cecil the lion. Everybody knows about Cecil. Nobody knows that. Nobody. Only hunters know that. You know?
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
confused here. How's that work? It says I get the $8 million every day, contributing more than $2.9 billion every year for conservation. But this is what I don't understand. It says hunters and target shooters have paid $7.1 billion in excise taxes.
Just specifically that
Just
tax.
specifically
Just the
excise
taxes,
taxes. Yeah. Okay.
It's a shitload of money.